in their remaining league matches. The first of those came tonight here at Ibrox against Hibernian. Rangers hoping to make it a 20th SPL match in a row without defeat. Coming up later, the action from last night's league games at Tannadice and McDermott Park. First up though, Rangers against Hibernian with commentary from Rob McLean.
Tony Vidmore is a Rangers starter for the first time in nearly 2 months, with skipper Lorenzo Amoruso rested, then suspended till the cup final. The other change from Sunday's championship party team is 2 guys' inclusion from the start, and Neil McCann, who's been injured, takes a seat on the bench. Vidmore, a sub against Dundee at the weekend, links up at the back with Finnish defender Tero Pentila. Injured trio Moore, Van Bronckhorst and Wallace are, like Amoruso, notable absentees. Billy Dodd's football fairy tale season continues. 10 Dundee United goals, followed by 12 for Rangers and an SPL winners' medal. 12 is the number of goals Kenny Miller has scored for Hibs this season. The 20-year-old continues to prey on the mind of Scotland manager Craig Brown. He's in for the Easter Road side tonight, but the dynamic duo of Frank Sosie and Russell Latapi are both missing. The Frenchman's injured. The West Indian is off again on international business. Into the Hibs lineup come Michael Rennick, almost in from the wilderness, and Paul Hartley, who was nearly transferred a couple of months ago. 19-year-old Ian Murray continues in midfield. The referee, and he'll also take charge of the cup final in 3.5 weeks' time, is Jim McCluskey. Rangers start the match. Another title is done and dusted, but still they look forward to the possibilities of a league and cup double. That meeting with Aberdeen coming up on the 27th of this month, and a chance tonight to make it 20 matches unbeaten in the Scottish Premier League. Only once they've faltered in the SPL this season. That was here against Dundee. On the go but not forgotten, the only blemish on their record in this competition in this season. Barry Ferguson's pass for Andrei Kanchelskis. Immediately a threat on Hibs. It was aimed at Dodds. All the nerves in the Hibs defence. Finally Grant Brebner plays it clear. Dirk Lehmann. Flipped in the direction of Kenny Miller. And it's prodded away by Ferguson to Alberts. Rosenthal heavy with the touch. Interception by Paul Hartley. He was having his shirt tugged. That's a neat one too. And through goes Miller. What a chance for the opening goal. He tugged his effort wide. Well set up by Ian Murray. And he lacked the composure that he so often shows in front of goal, Kenny Miller. A real chance there with just 2 minutes gone to make it 1-0 Hibs. Barry Ferguson looks at ways of opening up Hibs. Now Reina. Wide is Kanchelskis. 3 blue shirts in the box. This is Tugai. The Turk gets it back from Newman. Dodds with Dennis close in behind him. Now Newman. Rosenthal for Dodds, nipped off his toes by Ian Murray. Dodds has been in hot form, 3 goals in the last 2 games for Rangers, and almost a chance here. Neat touch from Rosenthal. The Alberts corner kick, whipped in and whipped away by Stuart Lovell. Reina, Tugai. Rosenthal loses out. Pentila. Rosenthal's header. Kanchelskis. Hits for the byline. Delicate ball in too. Well read and well handled by Nick Colgan, but Andrei Kanchelskis certainly did well to get this cross in. Looked as if this was certain to be blocked at the byline, but he got it beyond Lovell, grabbed by Colgan. Alberts to Dodds, stumbled over the ball. Lovell to Hartley. Good run by Paul Hartley. And Lehman. Another chance comes Hibs' way. That was straight at his fellow countryman Stefan Klos. And Dirk Lehman will know that this was a decent chance, just as Kenny Miller had earlier, to give Hibs the lead. Kanchelskis overran it as he cut infield. Rennick to Lovell. Strong challenge from Barry Ferguson. Arthur Newman with Seb Rosenthal and Billy Dodds up ahead. And Barry Ferguson, what a run that was! What a superb goal from Barry Ferguson. He started it and he finished it. 11 minutes gone. Rangers hit the front. The timing of the run was perfection, and Nick Colgan had no chance. There's where Ferguson won possession in midfield. The pass to Arthur Newman, and at that point the Scotland midfielder was often running into the box. Got it back from the Dutchman and dispatched the ball into the back of the net for his 5th goal of the season. That will have pleased Dick Advocat, although it's hard to tell from his facial expression. Tero Pentila up to Billy Dodds. Derek Collins cleared his way out of that pretty well. Back from Brebner to Dennis. Murray finds Lovell. And Ian Murray again, the teenager. Rangers working hard at making life difficult for Hibs, and eventually they resorted to the long ball to no great effect.
Don't lose it!
It's a foul on Dodds by Collins, taken quickly. Newman was on the move instantly. The 1-2 with Rosenthal. Chance to create for Newman. And does for Billy Dodds. 4 goals in 3 games now for the Scotland striker. A lot of credit goes to Arthur Newman in the build-up. The 1-2 with Rosenthal, but surely the cutback here should have been cut out by Collins. Bad mistake by the fullback. He allowed it to drift under his boots, and there was Dodds, and he accepts presence like that gladly. 17 minutes now gone in the first half, and Rangers are 2 up. Back from Dodds to Reyna. Barry Ferguson at the centre of things. And again. Not quite sure who the pass was intended for there from Vidmar. Nobody else seemed to know. but it's won back by Newman. Alberts laid it off for Rosenthal and was then decked by Brebner. The shot from the Chilean striker goes wide. But meantime, Grant Brebner is yellow carded for the foul which preceded the shot at goal from Rosenthal. Brebner booked. That's a header well won by Lehmann, but touched back to Kloss by Vidmar. Lehmann's Collins. Ian Murray makes a run. That's good skill away from Ferguson. Good ball in too. Almost on the end of it was Hartley. A nice little nutmeg on Barry Ferguson from Murray. And an inviting cross as well. Hartley did his best. Barry Ferguson trying to do yet more damage to Hibs. Took it quickly, did St Rosenthal, just a couple of feet too high. Again, Barry Ferguson instrumental in pulling Hibs apart. Twice involved there. Back to collect is Kanchelskis. Newman to Ferguson. Kanchelskis again with a neat bit of skill. Reina supporting. Kanchelskis again. Cleared by Dennis. Hibs really haven't had possession for any great length of time in this first half, playing themselves into problems just like that. Reina to Dodds. Kanchelskis with the cross. Hammered away by John Hughes. Good run from Kanchelskis. Back for Billy Dodds. Rosenthal just right. Another impressive move from Rangers. And it was Dodds with the chip for the head of Rosenthal. Nick Colgan surely wouldn't have had much of a chance had it been on target. And this was the run from Kanchelskis to the byline, which preceded the cross for Dodds. Back it comes via Ferguson and Tugai to Alberts. Into the feet of Rosenthal. It falls for Newman. Tried to chip that over for Seb Rosenthal. It came off John Hughes. Kanchelskis to Newman. Tugai tries to line up the shots. Not far away. He has good technical ability as the Turkish international midfielder, and he certainly shouldn't be given this sort of room, just a few yards outside the box. He needed to curl a little bit more. The ball into the box from Lehmann, cut out by Tony Vidmar. We're inside stoppage time at the end of the first half, and that's the whistle from Jim McCloskey. Barry Ferguson, the outstanding player of the first half, and it was he who scored the opening goal with 11 minutes gone. It was 2 when Billy Dodds struck. He hasn't had too many easier chances to take in his time, and from that point onward, Rangers were cruising. But it could all have been so different. In the first couple of minutes, when Kenny Miller found himself right in front of goal and he tugged the shot wide of target. That was a big disappointment for Hibs, and how they were made to pay. Barry Ferguson there winning the ball in the midfield for Rangers, and it was he who took the final touch as well to beat Nick Colgan. A superb goal, and Rangers ahead. Billy Dodds fouled there, but he was quickly up and about, and he too was in at the end of this move. Again, Arthur Newman involved. Derek Collins couldn't get in the way of the cutback. Billy Dodds crashed that left foot drive into the roof of the net. Rangers 2 up and pretty much unthreatened from then on. At Ibrox at half-time, it's Rangers 2, Hibs 0. Hibs get the match restarted. Is there to be a way back into the game for the Easter Road team? Certainly on the evidence of the first 45 minutes, it looks unlikely. Their match on Saturday against Motherwell at Fir Park might be much more meaningful to their hopes of claiming 4th place at the end of the season and the return to the top flight. Vidmar's pass for Kanchelskis. Gets close and sticks close. Tremendous pass from Alberts. Forcing play from Newman. And it forces the 3rd goal. It's an own goal. Sean Dennis won't want to claim the credit, but it's his. Collins beaten by Newman, and from here on in you knew Hibs were in trouble. The cutback from Newman curling away from Colgan. Sean Dennis felt he had to go for it, and within 2 minutes of the restart, Hibs find themselves 3 down. I asked the question, is there a way back into the game for Hibs? I think we now have the answer. 3-0. Lovell to Brebner. Poor pass. Easily cut out by Reyna. Rangers claim for a foul, they thought, and Rosenthal not given. Paul Hartley. Kenny Miller. Here's a chance to pull a goal back, which he does. Good finish. It's 3-1. They needed something to shout about, those Hibs supporters. And this is it. Little injection of pace, which took Miller away from Vidmar. And he's proved more than once this season that he knows how to finish. Stefan Klos left with not a chance. And Reyna looks to be enjoying a little bit more freedom. Kanchelskis to Dodds. Kanchelskis has continued to run forwards. It's Rosenthal. Should have scored. A great chance there for the Chilean to make it 4 after a lovely exchange between Dodds and Kanchelskis. That was a good stop from Nick Colgan. Passing and movement from Rangers. Here comes Arthur Newman. Saved by Nick Colgan. And fought to safety. Captain tonight, Newman. And he's having a stormer. And that wasn't far away from stretching Rangers' lead. Don't seem to like Pat McGinley for some reason. It's under no great pressure. A corner kick conceded. Here's the corner kick. Back back in from Grant Brebner. And off the crossbar, and in comes Pat McGinley. Great chance to narrow the margin between the teams. The first effort on the turn was spectacular from Dirk Lehmann, back off the crossbar, and Pat McGinley could make little of the rebound. Newman, Alberts, now McCann, took too long, beaten by Collins. Dirk Lehmann gets a second chance. He certainly took it. Brilliant strike by Dirk Lehmann. He's already struck the crossbar. And this was a spectacular finish. The ball was handed back to him by sluggish defending. And how he made Rangers pay with a rasping right foot volley, which was a winner all the way. Dirk Lehmann's 8th goal of the season, and it's 3-2. Even Alec McLeish must have thought a couple of minutes into the second half this was a loser, but now at 3-2 he must think otherwise. Looks as if some of the colour has drained from the face of Dick Advocat, whose team was cruising, and now they've got a real battle on their hands. Derek Collins with the free kick. Up was John Hughes and Sean Dennis. Grabbed by Stefan Klos, who seemed to land awkwardly, and I don't think he fancied the intrusion here of Dirk Lehmann. The ball was pretty well grabbed by Klos when Lehmann kicked out. And here comes Jonathan Johansson at the other end, and it's a penalty kick. And a chance for Rangers to make the point safe. Hibs make their protests, but it won't change the referee's mind. Sean Dennis gets a yellow card after the trip by Murray on Johansson. It's George Alberts. It's 4-2. Alberts strokes home his 17th goal of the season. It's a huge contribution from a midfield player, and tonight it's the contribution which means that Rangers will surely now hold on to a victory which for a while seemed as if it might be slipping away from them. Left by Murray to McGinley. Miller has it. Brebner and Lehmann in the middle. Almost convincing bit of defending from Pentila. And it's driven clear by Alberts. Johansson to Tugay. And it's back for Jonathan Johansson. It's well played by Nick Colgan. Went for it first with his hands, then realised his momentum was carrying him out of the area. And this play swept to the other end. Pentila stopped Miller. Reina to Alberts. 3 up ahead of him. He didn't need anyone else than George Alberts. his second, and Rangers fifth. 5 minutes left, and Rangers put a little gloss on the scoreline as Alberts strolled through the middle and picked his spot with the foot he often uses for standing on. This time it's the scoring one in off the inside of the post, and it's 5-2. Malcolm and Kloss exchanging passes. Rangers passing their way through the final seconds of the match. Nearly 2 minutes added now, and I think Jim McCluskey has had enough. That's full time. Another 3 points for Rangers. Dick Advocaat's team now unbeaten in 20 Scottish Premier League matches. And the gloss applied right at the end with 2 goals from George Alberts, which took it from 3-2 to 5-2.
And as you can see from the screen,
It looked interesting for a little while in the second half when first Kenny Miller pulled a goal back, then Dirk Lehmann scored as well. It was 3-2 at that stage, but eventually Hibs were overpowered by Rangers, who now re-establish their 22-point lead at the top of the table. Hibs would always have looked upon their visit to Fir Park on Saturday as a more realistic opportunity of picking up some points. They will do so now, knowing that a win there would take them up to 4th spot in the table. But tonight, beaten by Rangers at Ibrox by 5 goals to 2.
You got ahead in the first half, you looked to be cruising at one stage, but then when it became 3-2, you looked a little bit nervous at times.
Yeah, I don't know what the reason is, but on a certain moment they scored a 3-2, and then probably they realised again that they have to do a little bit more. And then on a certain moment you scored again 4-2, 5-2, and we had still enough chances to score more goals. But you're right, on a certain moment in the second half everything was a little bit too easy.
But you've got to be happy overall, have you, at winning another game? I think that's 20 league games unbeaten now for Rangers.
Yeah, 20 in the league. Yeah. No, again, what I said, it was also important. Pantilla played the second game. Also, Tony Vietma came back after injuries. We could bring in the youngster Malcolm, also an experience. So, no, I was quite pleased at the end.
We forced about 6 or 7 corners in the first half, and it's as many corners we've had in the last 3 games. And I thought spirited, but defensively, it takes the whole team to defend, of course. But at 3-2, I thought we had a chance. And Rangers, we maybe getting a little bit nervous if Rangers can ever be nervous. And the penalty just killed us. It's totally killed us. And I thought we were too impetuous in terms of coming out to the ball too soon, because Rangers had counter-attacked us. Whether it was in the box or not, I'll need to wait and see the pictures on the television, but a few people in the stand reckoned it was touch and go whether it was even in. So that was a turning point for Rangers.
Arthur, that was Rangers' 51st game of the season. Tiredness obviously comes into play at this stage, but you looked pretty fresh yourself.
Yeah, thank God. I think it's always difficult when you play on Wednesday evening after the celebrations from last Sunday, but still there are three matches left, and we want to win the 3 matches as well.
To win and to score 5 goals, you must be pretty pleased.
No, that's true. I think it's also important to entertain the spectators, understand. I think they've seen a good match, a lot of goals, so I think everybody enjoyed it tonight.